following Congress's historic win in the Telangana Assembly polls, a new row has erupted over Revanth Reddy's choice of the pro tem speaker. AIMIM party head Akbaruddin Owaisi, known for his strongly anti-Hindu rhetoric, has been appointed the pro tem speaker in Telangana, as the ritual is that the senior-most member of the Legislative Assembly is given this interim role. This did not sit well with the Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, who have 8 legislators in the Telangana Assembly. The BJP MLAs led by T. Raja Singh have refused to take their oaths of office under Akbaruddin Owaisi and have raised strong objections to his views and ideology. Where will this row take Telangana remains to be seen, but right now it is the first one that has come about after Revanth Reddy became the Chief Minister of Telangana. Mr. Mukesh Tyagi, BJP spokesperson, is joining us on the program. Wajahat Ali Khan, AIMIM leader, also with us on the show. Tariq Khan, SAPA spokesperson, also with us on the broadcast. Last but not the least, Rajalakshmi Joshi, political analyst, joins us for the show as well. Welcome everyone. Let's get this conversation going. Mr. Tyagi, I'll begin with you. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, Vinny.
Well, technically, Mr. Tyagi, Mr. Owaisi has the right to be here. You know, he's been given this proposition and he's been given this opportunity based on, what the rules imply. Do you think it is right for these 8 BJP legislators, to not take their oaths, because of ideological differences?
Vinith, constitutionally speaking, before the assembly session begins, the new one, the pro tem speaker is appointed. And there is a provision in Constitution under, I think, Article 94, and it is dealt by Article 81, 163.1, 163.2, and the Speaker is appointed under 178.1. Now, there was a case when Geji Popaiya, his appointment was challenged in the court, and court said that Supreme Court and other courts have the right to judicial review of the appointment of the pro tem speaker. They were trying to take the defense that pro tem speaker cannot be challenged by any court, but finally the Supreme Court had taken a decision that yes, it can be reviewed because pro tem speaker somehow is not very adequately explained in the Constitution, and it is a stopgap arrangement. It is not the first time T. Raja Singh has refused to be sworn in by Akbar Owaisi, but in 2018 also he refused to do that. And I think as a matter of fact, he has been anti-India, he has been anti-Constitution, he has been talking about number of things against Hindus, and so his statement has been extremely communal, anti-national. They said, "Hum Vande Bharat nahi bolenge, hum Bharat Mata ki Jai nahi bolenge," and there have been number of inflammatory remarks, which and he was also convicted. He had gone behind the bar in 2012 for making that statement that 15 minute ke liye aap police hata dijiye, hum 100 crore Hinduओं को बताते हैं हम कौन हैं. So this kind of a statement he has made. I think being a BJP, he has spoken against RSS, he has spoken about BJP. He said ये इनके रोज जो है भगवान बदलते रहते हैं, हर 15 दिन में नए भगवान आ जाते हैं, लक्ष्मी जी आ जाती हैं, कभी ये आ जाते हैं. तो ऐसे स्टेटमेंट लगातार देते आए हैं ये लोग. You think there is some moral conduct also. It's not necessarily that you take the protection of the Constitution. You have not shown absolute adherence to the Constitution of India. You have not shown absolute adherence to the Hindu ethos. You have been making a communal statement left, right, center. You have been talking about, and secondly, this is the same Revanth Reddy, who said that he's a B team of KCR. And now this guy is being appointed. I think there are a number of moral and ethical grounds besides being constitutionality. And T. Raja Singh is within his democratic rights to protest and say that I will not swear in under his.
Okay, let's get a word in from Wajahat Ali Khan as well. Mr. Khan, if you're there with us. Mr. Khan.
Hello. Yeah, it's Tariq Khan.
I beg your pardon, sir. Mr. Khan, what do you make of this? Obviously, the BJP not very happy that Akbaruddin Owaisi has been elected as the pro tem speaker. He has said a few things in the past which have been anti-Hindu, anti-India as well, has been enunciated by Mr. Mukesh Tyagi as well. Where does this put your party, and is this a tag that the AIMIM is ready to endure?
Look, who is opposing Akbaruddin Owaisi? Raja has already into these type of remarks which is very famous. Means I don't have words to how to explain that. No, let me remind you who was the pro tem speaker at the Lok Sabha when a last assembly election was conducted. Assembly, not Lok Sabha election. Anybody knows who was the pro tem speaker? Pro tem speaker was Brij Bhushan Singh. Now, anybody, any of the member of parliament, either from both the side, either from this side or from the ruling side or from the opposition side, hadn't opposed any type of thing against Brij Bhushan Singh that we will not take the oath by Brij Bhushan Singh. Pro tem speaker is something who is just allowed by the government to make these elected members and take the oath. If you have any problem, you should challenge the constitution. Challenging these things is not right. You are challenging these things, Akbaruddin Owaisi. It's not important to take side on everything. It's important to side what is right or wrong according to the constitution. According to the constitution, governor has the right to appoint. It's not also important that the pro tem speaker should be the longest tenure in that assembly. It's not important that he must be the oldest MP or MLA of that particular assembly or the parliament. Anybody who the governor or the council of ministers recommendation on the basis of the governor will appoint the pro tem speaker only for that oath taking ceremony. So what is the issue over there? That what remarks he has made, the matter is already in court. So if somebody has been appointed as a pro tem speaker,
let's take a reaction to what you said. Rajalakshmi Joshi, the matter is already in the court. There is going to be a decision, but that doesn't really change the pathology of Mr. Akbaruddin Owaisi.
Good evening, Vineet. And
first of all, Rajalakshmi, do you think that the BJP legislators are right in what they're doing? This is just a formality. You don't have to be so sensitive and touchy about these things, right?
Vineet, what I feel is that they are just simply, they're right in actually pointing out the hypocrisy of the Congress. That all the while they have been talking about how the BJP is in coalition with the, indirectly in coalition with the AIMIM.
But even BRS was, they also were concerned and they had to accommodate the AIMIM in Telangana. It's the nature of the state.
Yes, that is exactly what the BJP is protesting against. That, even during the time of KCR, they were not happy with the way in which Mr. KCR was kind of appeasing AIMIM, and even now, even after blatantly, they have actually so vehemently opposed AIMIM, the Congress has, they have left no stone unturned to speak against the AIMIM, and not only that, they have actually accused the BJP of being in coalition indirectly with the AIMIM. They have been calling them the B team, etc., etc. And at the first instance possible, they go and they give the, this is a mark of respect. This thing of a pro tem speaker, I would say that this is a mark of respect that is given to, say, maybe the senior most, the person in the among the legislators. So then that is a mark of respect, and I think that it is a little unfair on the part of the Congress to go and give that mark of respect to somebody who is, say, maybe the most controversial figure in the legislative assembly. So this, those kind of remarks, the kind of statements that have been made have been absolutely obnoxious. They have been totally anybody will has to take objection to those kind of statements. So that kind of a person being given this mark of respect, I think that definitely was something uncalled for. Whereas there have been a lot of other legislators also. There were a lot of other choices, people who had at least the same number of terms or even more. Say maybe in terms of age or seniority, in terms of terms, there were different options. So I don't see why the Congress had to actually go and pick out the most controversial character. So this I think is more of a political statement where they are trying to actually again go into appeasement of the Muslims, definitely, because they see that in other states they have seen that there is this shift of the Muslim vote bank. So then they definitely are trying to make amends in every way possible. And I see this as a kind of a political statement. And the BJP, I think, they are making this protest as they are actually calling out the hypocrisy also of the Congress. So this most controversial figure didn't need to get this recommendation. So it was, see, again, another thing is that they are not even owning up to it. The Congress is very smartly saying that the appointment was by the governor, while conveniently forgetting that it was on the recommendation of the Congress. It is not that the governor went and chose somebody. It was that the Congress has recommended this particular name, and that is why the governor went ahead with it. So it may not be unconstitutional, Vineet, but
okay,
at the same time,
let's take a reaction from Wajat Ali Khan, AIMIM leader, also joining us on the program. Wajat Ali Khan, if you're there with us.
Yes. Good evening, sir. Sorry for interruption.
No problem, sir. Thank you for being here. Well, Akbaruddin Owaisi is being called a divisive figure. The Bharatiya Janata Party feels that he should not be in a position to administer any kind of an oath. He's anti-India. His comments have been, hurtful in the past. And the Congress, once again, is playing this game of appeasement by having him in this position. What are your thoughts?
So first of all, I congratulate to all the Telangana people, secular people, those who are secular people, to that Akbaruddin Owaisi Sahab have become the quotum Speaker of the third Legislative Assembly of Telangana, because he is a senior most legislature of the Assembly. From 1999, he started his political career in 2004, 2009, 2014, and in 2018 also he won with the 80,000 margin votes, including the non-Muslim votes also. And recently in 2023 also he took the 99,776 votes, 81,660 margin with not only Muslim votes but also secular and non-Muslim votes also. Non-Muslims also given him the vote. He is one of the educated legislature of the Assembly. A number of times he has participated in many hot issues in the assemblies, in discussions, and raised many questions. And even for not only for Muslim minorities, but also he raised the questions for Christians and Dalit, SC, STs, and even to the Rashtriya government. KCR government is there. He demanded and released.
But he's also gone on to say that, remove the police for a few hours, we'll sort out the Hindus. He's made such statements as well. Why?
No, other parties also made the say that you take the example of the BJP leaders, those who recently came in the election campaigning, high-profile campaigning. What Amit Shah Sahab said that we will change the name of Hyderabad to Bhagyanagar, we will remove the reservation of 4% to minorities, and the Assam Chief Minister told that we will use the bulldozer in the Hyderabad. So even Raja Singh also told that the Muslims must go to Pakistan, and Taliban are there in the whole city. Number of statements are there.
So does that justify what he said, sir?
Pardon?
Does that justify the hatred that was being spewed by Mr. Akbaruddin Owaisi?
No, it was a reply of those who hurted the Muslims and Islam. So what he could do?
Okay, I want Mr. Tyagi to respond to you. Mr. Tyagi, similar statements have also been made by members of the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. So it's tit for tat what Mr. Owaisi is doing. Then why be so sensitive about it?
No, you see, the point is you have to see in context. Number one, governor is not bound by the Council of Ministers' advice.
So I want you to answer my question, sir. So I want you to answer my question first.
No, I'll give you some legal issue because the governor.
No. I want you to directly respond to what Mr. Wajat Ali Khan has said. He said that similar statements have also been made by members of the Bharatiya Janata Party, including the Home Minister. So why only pin down Akbaruddin Owaisi? This is what he's saying. I'm just relaying his thoughts to you. I want you to respond to that. You're a part of the BJP.
Beneath, it's a whereaboutery. I think in what context Amit Shah or what context the Chief Minister has said, I think it cannot be compared. You are comparing oranges with apple. He said कि 15 मिनट के लिए पुलिस हटा दीजिए, हम 100 करोड़ हिंदू को बताते हैं हम क्या हैं, और इस प्रकार की इन्फ्लेमेटरी स्टेटमेंट भारत माता की जय नहीं बोलेंगे, एंटी हिंदू स्टेटमेंट इन्होंने लगातार दिए हैं. करीमनगर में इनकी स्पीच 23 जुलाई की सुन लीजिए. द वे ही हैज बीन मेकिंग इन्फ्लेमेटरी स्टेटमेंट अगेंस्ट मेजॉरिटी रूल्ड इंडिया. यू थिंक ही हैज द ऑडेसिटी? And he's been appointed as a pro tem speaker, and he expects to run because it's a purely appeasement politics of Congress. Even Karnataka now you can see the trend. You see, the problem is there are deep-seated fault lines which is trying to divide north and south. This is the Congress' new mantra. since they have been vanquished and completely thrown out of the north side of India. Now they have entered into new debate, South versus, and this is practically part of the blueprint where they're appointing Muslim as a pro tem speaker. They will also give increased impetus to the South Indian politics. You see, this is going to be the trend. And I think T. Raja has raised not only his protest for the first time, in 2018 also he raised the protest, because Akbaruddin Owaisi, he loaded on the YouTube. Can he deny, can AMI guy deny that he did not mention 15 minute ke liye aap police hata dijiye, hum kaun hai? Modi, kaun Modi? This kind of a statement he is making against the Prime Minister. So you think he has got an ethical right, and constitutionally also there is no convention that only the senior most can be appointed. Even in the Navam Rabia case, it has been made that governor can take independent decision. It is his absolute. He is not bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers. So I think governor has also taken a wrong decision appointing him as a pro tem speaker. He should be removed from the pro tem speaker. Let there be a neutral guy come, because ultimately the essence of a legislative proceedings have to be non-partisan, and he is known for a partisan statement. He has made an inflammatory anti-India statement, anti-Hindu statement, and I think what is wrong with that, Vineet, I don't understand.
Valid point. Valid point. Valid point.
No business to equate.
I have a question.
Valid point. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Right. This is type of appeasement. I would like to ask that removing Raja's suspension at the time of election, just before the election, as Raja has already made thousands of great that remarks against Prophet Muhammad, is this not a appeasement? What should be called all these type of? It's not a appeasement. Why did BJP just revoke the suspension at the time of the election, just before the election? Why? There must be some reason. So if BJP is calling that Congress and AIMIM and all these parties doing any type of appeasement, so the grandfather of appeasement has been started by BJP itself in Telangana,
that's a good point.
Else.
That's a good point. Let's get Rajalakshmi Joshi to respond to that. Then we'll go to Wajid Ali Khan for a response. Rajalakshmi, the BJP has also done something similar as what Irfan is saying. I beg your pardon, Tariq Khan is saying.
Vineet, I beg to differ here, because none of them have actually said, none of them from the BJP. Mr. T. Raja has never said that we will wipe out all the Muslims. He has never said anything to that effect. And very blatantly, these people are accusing Amit Shah ji of saying something similar. Amit Shah ji simply said that the reservation that is in the name of Muslims will be shifted to, they are talking about a reservation for the economically backward. So if there are Muslims who are economically backward, then they will definitely benefit from the reservation. So this thing about a religious based reservation is unconstitutional, and that is what the Home Minister was saying. So that is, you cannot equate it with saying that we will wipe out all the Hindus in 15 minutes. Aap hame 15 minutes de do. How can you talk like that? So this thing is something, it is a genocidal, it's a call for genocide. So that kind of a talk has not been made by any of them. So this thing about, making all kinds of statements against religious heads, against a particular religion, I don't agree with that also. But at the same time, there is a huge difference between saying that, we will actually wipe out all the Hindus. So now again, another thing is that, this thing about the number of terms of seniority that I was talking about. So within the Congress itself, there are people who have been the speaker earlier, who have had equal terms along with Mr. Owaisi. So I am just a little baffled as to why the Congress had to go and choose somebody who has spoken about wiping out all the Hindus. So they have not said anything. They have not said anything about, Mr. Stalin in the South making another statement saying that he's talking about eradicating Sanatan Dharma. And now here they are actually making somebody a pro-term speaker who is talking about wiping out all the Hindus. So I don't know in what direction the Congress wants to go, and what.
Okay, let's get a response from Wajid Ali Khan on this as well. Wajid Ali.
Okay, it's Tariq Khan. Sorry.
No, I'm asking Wajid Ali Khan. Tariq, if I'm going to ask you, I'm going to call out your name. Right, so
Yes.
we have two Khans, so that's why I'm using your first name first. Wajid Ali Khan, yeah.
Yes, sir. These people are doing objection or making protem speaker to Akbaruddin Owaisi Sahab on his hate statements. It's okay, but the government of India is making the home ministers to the country. LK Advani Sahab was there when Akshardham temple attack was there in 2002, and after that in 2003 Bombay riots was there. So LK Advani was given the statement that it is the reaction of the Akshardham. So a home minister of the country can give this type of statements. Now Amit Shah, how much statements he is giving against the Muslims and Islam, and now Adityanath Yogi sir is there in Uttar Pradesh chief minister. A chief minister can be adopted or can be tolerated that he is running a bulldozers on Muslim areas, and what they did with Atiq Ahmed, Ashraf Ahmed, Asad Ahmed, and Mukhtar Ansari and Azam Khan family. What is going on in the Uttar Pradesh assembly? So whether the top communal people can make the chief minister of any big state of the country, and they are telling that the knowledge speaker must be removed from the mosque, madrasas must be closed, terrorism is there in madrasas. So what type of statements these people are giving, and how can they sit on a big post of the life? Only Akbaruddin Owaisi Sahab temporarily he made a pro-tem speaker of the Telangana assembly. These people are not tolerating. But why they are not telling that such a type of statements? Even Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, a central minister, given the statement that agar gosht khana hai, beef khana hai, to Pakistan chale jao. अगर रिजर्वेशन होना है तो पाकिस्तान चले जाओ. Such type of statement is suitable to them. Pragya Singh Thakur, a minister, a MP of the parliament, telling that अपने घर में हथियार रखो, अगर कुछ नहीं तो सब्जी काटने की चाकी रखो. To whom they are telling like this on having this big honorable post. So
Okay, valid point. Let's get a response from Mr. Tyagi on exactly what you have just mentioned. Mr. Tyagi,
you see the point what I'm trying to say is BJP had suspended T. Raja Singh. You know it, Vinny.
Yes, I know.
And what have they done? Have they suspended Akbar Owaisi?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean, why didn't they suspend? We can suspend our MLA. Why can't you suspend Akbar Owaisi? You are defending him. We have taken disciplinary action against T. Raja Singh for making a inflammatory statement, and kind of a statement you have been making against the gods and goddesses of Hindus. Do you know there is a big list of that? Every time you guys have been ridiculing and talking about anti-Hindus. So there is a huge difference. We took the disciplinary action. You have done nothing. On the contrary, you are patting his back. And this is kind of immorality and constitutionality. You are trying to protect yourself. This is a very clear, sharp resolution. I can say that it is nothing but appeasement politics. It is a pure narrow politics by Congress in Telangana, because they have put their... Actually, Congress has not won. It is anti-KCR incumbency which has led to the winning of... and AIMIM has lost complete relevance, marginalized in Telangana. Now, somehow Congress is trying to give them this, this kind of a support. And that is the reason I'm saying, Vinay, it is highly politically decision. It is anti-India, it is anti-Telangana, it is anti-Hindu, and therefore Akbaruddin Owaisi has no constitutional and moral right to continue as a pro-tem speaker. He should be removed immediately, and new pro-tem speaker should be appointed who is non-partisan in nature, whose background is known, who is non-controversial in nature. And coming to AIMIM, if they have any objection to any MLA, any statement, they can go to the court and file a FIR against anybody making inflammatory statement. But you cannot, knowing it well, this man is making a statement again and again, repeatedly. He has been given warning. He went behind bar. Number of times the premonition has been given to use his, but he never stops. And he will continue to speak. As a speaker, you have a certain constitutional, moral and ethical responsibility. You are supposed to be above the board. But he is so vested with his political agenda, and now the frustration has come to the pinnacle because they have lost out. They've become completely marginalized in their own home turf. So there is a frustration also. So I think there is a huge difference between T. Raja and what he's trying to defend.
All right, sir. We've run out of time as well. But this is not something which is going to settle down very soon or very easily as well. Would like to thank all my guests for being a part of this conversation.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.